right, today we are cooking for one, not 5,000 people. Sometimes we have to be a little selfish. We have to please our own palate. There are a lot of dishes. It's good for cooking for one. We're going to do a turkey vegetable stir fry. Now in China, you don't go around and say, hey, you turkey, because we just don't have turkey there. That's the reason why we don't celebrate Thanksgiving. Turkey is wonderful because you can use it for a lot of dishes. Nowadays, when I see roast turkey, turkey sandwich, or turkey stir fry, I gobble it up. Turkey is wonderful because it's lean, it's versatile. You can use it for many, many dishes. Now, let's talk turkey. Now, you ask, where do you find turkey? It's right between Greeks and Soviet Union. And I find this in aisle 6 in my supermarket. Oh, this is marvelous because turkey is lean, and all I have to do is cut it up, okay? I'm going to use ground turkey, so I'm going to ground it up before I even touch anything. When you do ground turkey, you can do it in a food processor, or you can buy ground turkey, but I love exercise. We will cut this up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, done. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I will use this Chinese food processor. Done. See how easy? It's all done. When it's done, ground turkey. And we put it right over here. Okay? It's very easy to do. Or if you have a lot of time, you can do it like this. And nobody really cares. When this is done, we set it aside. We will need other ingredients. All we need is a tiny bit of water chestnut. This is water chestnut. We'll cut it up. We will use water chestnut. Cut it up. Cut it up. Now, this is what you call chopped water chestnut. Put in here about 4 or 5 pieces of this is fine. Or you can mince the water chestnut like this. Look up, done. This is marvelous technique. And we will use about 1/3 of a cup of water chestnut chopped. Put it right here. We'll marinate this with wine, 1 tablespoon of wine, and a tiny bit of cornstarch, okay? Always marinate. This tastes better. You can marinate your turkey and the water chestnut separately. When you're confused, you can put them all together. And I am confused, okay? And then we set it aside, okay? And we also have a tiny bit of green onion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it. Set it aside, put it right here. And then also, I use a tiny bit of garlic and ginger. Mince the garlic and the ginger. Mince garlic, done. And then mince ginger, done. You see, I always make certain noise because just like we go to karate school, before you even make any movement, ha! Done. That means it's done. Now, also I have some nice frozen peas and carrot. I'm going to put it together too. Now, when it's ready, we're going to cook, okay? Here, I have a little baby 9-inch wok. If you're cooking for 4 or 6 or 10 people, you use the regular 14-inch wok. You cook for 2,000 people, use gigantic woks. For cooking for one, we use this 9-inch baby wok. Huh? Good advice. One suggestion. If you're on a diet, okay, like many of you out there, you use this, a baby wok. Look at this. This will guarantee you a marvelous diet. That is enough to cook for one. Always remember to heat up your wok before you do anything else, okay? We have garlic, we have ginger, we have all the ingredients ready. When the wok is hot, you use approximately 2 teaspoons of vegetable oil. Move them around. Look at this. Move them around. Very important, okay? Move them around. Put a tiny bit of garlic, tiny bit of ginger, more garlic, and more ginger. And then we stir fry our turkey, okay? Ground up turkey. Stir. This is what you call stir fry. It doesn't matter whether you cook. A lot of people are called cooking for one. You put the turkey or any meat in the wok. You stir this. When it's hot, that's why you call stir fry. It fries, you stir. Don't just stand there and stare. Stir fry will burn everything. Stir fry. And then you put everything else in. Marvelous. Put the frozen peas and carrot in. And then we're going to put the seasoning. Put about half a cup or 1/3 of a cup of chicken broth. Wow, look at this. A tiny bit of sesame seed oil, half a teaspoon. And also use 1 tablespoon or so soy sauce. This is marvelous, simple dish, light and healthy. Make sure this is cooked properly, okay? In the meantime, I'm roasting my walnut, you see? I'm roasting my walnut right over here. This would be used on top of our dish. When it's almost ready, all you have to do is put a tiny bit of cornstarch, thicken it up. Look at this. This is all marvelous cooking up. And if you want, you can also use a tiny bit of cilantro. Add a nice aromatic, zesty taste to your dish. Oh, look at this. When this is done, we will put this right here. And then I'll put the walnut right on top. Add a tiny bit of walnut on top. Give some character, okay? It's a nutty character. It's nice and delicious, just like meat. Beautiful. Every kitchen has leftovers, particularly when you're cooking for one. So what are you going to do with all of these leftover? I'm going to show you. There are a few things that I always have left over. I don't know what to do. So I sometimes whip up a few things. Right here, I have some bamboo shoot. I have half a can of bamboo shoot left. Always soak them in water, okay? And I have some tofu. Always soak them in water when you put it in the fridge. And a few pieces of baby corn. And half a can of this leftover chicken broth. So all I have to do is put them all together and make a nice tofu soup with bamboo shoot and water chestnut. And also, if you have water chestnut, you can also do that too. So it's a very light vegetable soup. And here, I have some leftover bok choy, half a piece of bok choy, and a tiny bit of bell pepper and water chestnut and snow pea. So all I have to do is put them all together to make this bok choy stir fry with meat, any meat you find. And I have a couple pieces of these ham left. So I also want to stir fry with a tiny bit of green onion and snow peas. Very simple. So you don't have to worry about anything. Here, I have some leftover rice from 2 moons ago. And then I will add some water and make a rice soup the Chinese call congee, also called zhuk. It's no joke. This tastes good. And then you can garnish this. And you can serve with all kind of stuff you want. Some nuts, some Sichuan pickle, and Daoxian egg. In my kitchen, I don't have to worry about leftovers because I eat everything. Nothing left, so never have to worry about anything. Now, cooking for one is wonderful because you don't have to worry about cutting up hundreds and thousands of pieces, and you don't have to worry about shopping expensive ingredients. The next dish I want to do is marvelous because I have some leftover noodle in a package, okay? I'm going to make a savory noodle soup. It's always a special treat because when I was growing up, we always have wonderful noodle soups once every 2 days or 3 days. It's warm, it is comforting, it fills you up. Just ask my mom. Love it. All I have to do is to save time, we're going to heat up the broth. Okay, this is leftover chicken broth or beef broth. And then I have some noodle, also leftover noodle. We'll put it right here. And all I have to do is cut up a tiny bit of ham. This is my favorite ham. In Chinese cuisine, they use a lot of these. This is Smithfield ham from Smithfield, Virginia. It tastes very much like the dry cured, very much like the Yunnan ham, very flavorful. I julienne this and I put it in my soup, in my broth, okay? Look at this. This is really nice for flavoring. And we'll put it right over here. And then also, most Chinese chefs always put a tiny bit of ginger in their broth. So I julienne this, put it right here. And then I also put a tiny bit of julienned spinach. You can use any vegetable. This would be marvelous, you see. All of these, put it right over here and make a nice, wonderful broth. When you are ready, all you have to do is season this with a pinch of salt or a tiny bit of soy sauce, just flavor up, and a few drops of sesame seed oil. And you can stir these, bring this to a boil. This is already boiling. I hope you can see it. If you cannot see it because something is happening, it is boiling. Please boil. It takes so long, I cannot believe it. But anyway, it is boiling, so we will shut it off and we'll put this right over here. This is boiling. Amazing. Look at this. This is, put a tiny bit over right here. And we're going to put this over here and look at how beautiful this is. We're going to set this aside and put it somewhere because I have some extra time. I'm going to show you how to do an other dish, okay? This particular soup, you can fix the whole thing up in a couple of minutes. And also, it's easy because not only it warms you up, it also gives you energy for the whole day. So the next thing I'm going to show you is crab fouillon, okay? We have crab. What is fouillon? The word fouillon, this egg. The word fouillon means great beauty in Chinese. Just like a beautiful peony in blossom. We're going to make this fluffy, light, just like a flowering blossom. Also, egg fouillon. The word fouillon also means to praise. Use the word fouillon to mean to praise the beautiful women in China. When they say, this lady is beautiful, she has a fouillon face. They don't mean that they have eggs on her face. This is true. I'm not pulling your leg. And then I kind of frick this up a little bit, shred it, and I'll mix it with my egg. And I bread it up, add a tiny bit of wine and a tiny bit of oil. Not much, just a tiny bit of white pepper. If you want to make it more interesting, you can also chop up a tiny bit of mushroom. Okay? And some green onion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, done. This is done. And give color contrast. In the meantime, I also heat up a tiny bit of oil right over here. Let's heat up some oil in this very nice non-stick pan so it won't stick. Otherwise, you're going to have sticky egg fouillon. Stir fry this and put it right here. And look at how beautiful it is. Okay? This is very easy to do. Just make sure when you do it, if you have a lot of people, you do it in a wok fouillon. Otherwise, pan fouillon. Cooking for one. When it's nice and ready, we're going to put it over here and we'll show you how easy to garnish this. Okay? I'm quite sure everybody knows that if you're concerned about egg yolk, you can just use more egg white and less egg yolk. Just stir it and use this to make sure they are easy to come out. Make sure, let's turn it up a little bit so we don't have to sit here to watch this fouillon face to cook for 3 hours. You can use crab. Then you can have crab fouillon. Okay? You can have shrimp and shrimp fouillon. You can have Smithfield ham fouillon. You can call it crab omelet. I call this my lunch. Okay, look. I am getting ready. Look at this. Everybody look. I hope you don't think the fuyong is not going to be on my face. Just in case you worry about it, put a tiny bit of oil. Ha! Oh, marvelous. Look at it. We put it right over here. This is what it needs. Okay? And then we garnish it with a tiny bit of this. This is an onion brush and a tiny bit of cilantro. I don't know why. I love to garnish everything with cilantro because all I have is cilantro. You know, if you are cooking for one, pot sticker is actually a great one-dish meal. Let's see how they are made.
We Chinese chefs often wear many hats. And this one is for making pot stickers. You may consider making pot sticker is strictly a hands-on experience, but technology is big help.
In this particular factory, they have a special machine that kneads the dough. It's like a high-tech massage. When the dough is ready, they pound it into the right shape for the flattening machine. Look at him. I guess it's a great way to get rid of your frustration. The machine is just like a giant rolling pin without work. The dough gets flattened into just the right thickness for the pot stickers. They fold it into smooth, even, thin sheets as it comes off the conveyor belt. And then they fit it back through the machine onto a large spool that look just like a spool, all threads for the Jolly Green Giant. Then they take the darn thing over to the cutting machine. They roll the spool out, and the automatic belt carries the dough down to the revolving cutting device, where it gets cut into perfect round circles. Then the circle go to, hey, this is where I come in. I'm a little behind to keep up with the modern technology. I can only catch about 6 out of 25. This darn thing is too fast for me. I'm really sweating off right now. So this is the secret. A tray to catch all of these pot sticker wrappers. Now that is what I call service with a smile.
Even with all the machines, nothing can ever replace the expert fingers. You wrap the pot sticker with tender, loving care. You place the filling right in the middle of a flattened dough. You fold the side into semicircles, and then you make about 8 to 10 different pleats, just like that. Isn't that simple? The popular filling for pot stickers are lean pork, green onion, cabbage, fresh garlic, and all the secret ingredients. This is a normal size pot sticker for the normal people. But for me, I got big appetizer, and this is for me. And I get carried away. This one is for the entire population of China and the studio audience.
I still have 250 pot stickers in my freezer for myself. The next thing I'm going to show you is also wonderful to cook for one. Hoisin flavor lamb kebab. When you do barbecue with a lot of people, you have a lot of people around, it takes a long time to cook it. But you can barbecue without having all your neighbors and relatives. It's just as much fun. Trick is, it's faster. This particular dish, you can do it indoors, outdoors, or in between doors. All you have to do is make sure you have some lamb. This is a piece of lamb. About 1/4 pound is perfect for cooking for one. Okay? And I soaked some skewer right here. Soaked them ahead of time. I soaked them in the past 3 years. And I will cut it up 2 different ways. One is I slice it into thin slices like this, okay? Another way is just simply cut it up into chunks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we are going to marinate this in this bowl. Put them all together and marinate. Or you can do it like this. And then put it all together. And we're going to marinate this with the following ingredient. 1 teaspoon of chopped garlic. Chopped garlic. And about 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce. Hoisin sauce made from fermented soybeans. A tiny, tiny bit of ketchup and hot pepper sauce. This is going to give you a perm. And then also use a tiny, tiny bit of dry sherry. This 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of dry sherry. Mix them all up. Always remember, mix them all up. In the meantime, to save time, you turn on your grill. Don't do it in the last minute. Otherwise, you will be barbecuing for 1 in 3 hours. So always make sure, set it aside, put it right over here. And then in the meantime, we're going to cut up a few pieces of zucchini and squash and some red pepper, bell pepper to make sure the dish look nice and colorful, because when the dish looks good, it tastes good. When it tastes good, it looks good, and everything is marvelous. Now, look at this. I'm going to show you how easy it is to do this. For you beginner, this is just looks like a chopstick, okay? But it is marvelous. You know why? Because it is very, very simple. How can you miss? Okay? First, we have zucchini. And then we have red bell pepper. And then we have lamb. And then we have zucchini. And then we have more squash. And we have bell pepper. And we have more. And we have more. So you can put in anything you want. And you grill this right here. Okay? And we'll do another one because we have so much time. We'll do 2. 1. 2. At the same time, you make a mess out of the cutting board. Put them all together. This is marvelous. Everybody can do this at home. Easy to do. It's delicious. And you serve over rice or vegetable. And everybody can enjoy this particular dish. Now, you remember earlier, I showed you why we're cooking this. We are going to show you something you might want to know. Look at this. This is an onion, the bottom of the onion. Everybody knows that. And I want to show you how to easily make an onion brush. Use a paring knife. This is a paring knife. Go like that. Go like that. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When you finish this, you put this in ice water. They open up like this. Then you have an onion brush, okay? To make it look even more wonderful, you should garnish it too, because we are going to come back here and turn them around. Otherwise, you're going to have one side overcooked and the other side bloody raw. So remember, okay? Oh, it looks marvelous. When this is nice and ready, you also can do this 1. Look at this. 2, 3, 4. Line them all up. Look at this. Put it right over here. Look at how beautiful this is. And also, you have another piece that you can butterfly like this. You see this? And then you can cut it open like this. Okay? And then we can also put it right over here. When this is done, we'll put this marvelous. Oh, look at this. 1, 2, serve over rice. Everybody can do this. This is what you call cooking for 1. Cooking for 1 is fun. All they have to do is take a little time and use a little imagination. So until next time, if Yan can cook, so can you. Joy Gin.